let's get started.
Basil, you want to start it off?
Yeah, sure. All right. Welcome to another episode of Rockin' with Rahul and the Two Amigos. We have two special guests today. We have Aaron Edwards and Chandra Misra. Aaron Edwards went to Perkiomen Valley and Chandra Misra is from India. Chandra Misra, can you introduce yourself to the viewers and what do you do?
Sure. Good evening to everybody first, to give me this opportunity to speak with you all. I am from India, but I spent only 1/3 of life in India and 3/4 of my life here. I have been in United States from 1977. So it's a long time. We came to Chicago. Professionally, I went to Gwinnett Mercy, which is just near North Wales. I am a critical care nurse. I worked in Albert Einstein Medical Center for 18 years. Then I did my master's in public health and got a chance to be a medical scientist at Merck and worked there for a long time. And then now I'm retired and I am I'm trying to take care of my house and, having fun and writing.
Wonderful.
I used to write short stories in English, but somehow in pandemic, I just thought that why not I write in my own language? Believe me, I was only 17 years in Orissa, where I was born. After that, when I was 18, I got married and came out of my state to other state where there was different language. I did my bachelor's from there. But still, when it came to writing the stories, I somehow decided that I will write in Oriya. And then I published even book. It's like a girl from my lane, Pathuria Sahi. So at this time, I'm just going to Y, having fun, having lunch, just like any retired person, and writing.
Okay. William, you want to start off with some questions?
Yeah. When did you first come to America?
I came to America in 1977, September. My husband was a chemist, chemical engineer. He came first. He got a job here. And then after 6 months, I came with 2 little children. One was 4 and one was 6 by myself.
Yeah.
With the children, I came myself to America, 1977.
So when did your husband first came to America?
He actually came before. He came as a postdoc. After his PhD in Bangalore, he came here and he was in Tennessee, Oak Ridge Lab. And then he went back and we got married. We had 2 kids. And then he was working there as a scientist, chemist. And then he decided that he will migrate to America. And with his qualification, he was able to come and he landed a job within 3 months. So then I followed with the kids. So that's the way I came as his dependent.
Cool. Very good.
Were you nervous when you were here?
I don't know, nervous or shocked, but this was 1977. You guys were not born. I know that for sure. America was very different and people in India was at that time very different. Believe me or not, for the first time, I sat in the plane. I did not know how plane. I thought it was like a fish, like that. But somehow I had 2 little kids. They were depending on me. I did not know where bathroom, could not speak that well English at that time either. I just had a faith because I know that I have to come because my husband is here. It's like that time, it's not like the decision was, I was asked. I knew it's for better prospect. So I brought it. I was very, what would I say? Like a fish out of water. I didn't know where bathroom, how to ask water, seat belt. These things are so small things. And then to my luck, our plane that time there was a wizard. So we had to change the plane. We had to go in Brussels by bus. So it was a journey to remember. And that time there was no telephone, not like this smartphone. I can call my husband or call back home. Back home, people didn't have phone. Once I was boarded, that's it. I mean, it's like I'm done. So it was an experience. But then I had kids, and my husband was here. Just like people walk, these refugee people walk 1,700 miles or whatever. I was not refugee, but I had a purpose. I have to come. The kids were very clinging to me because they were very shocked, the ear thing. But I made it through. I was a little brave, I would say. I just thought that I have to make it.
My question to you is, how do you feel the culture difference between America and India when you came here?
Well, I came here. I remember that my husband was very nice. He made some fish curry and rice. So I thought that fish is like a good thing in my state. So I thought that I came to a good place, and there was nice rooms, carpet. I never saw carpeted home in India where we were living at that time. So I was like, I remember that I was very slowly walking as if I'll make some noise in the carpet or I'll hurt it, because I didn't know anything. There was lot of changes because the way we dress up was different, the way we eat it different. My husband took me to hamburger. I didn't know, I didn't like it. I wanted my rice and curry. So it was very different. And kids were like, they must be anxious. So they were like clinging to me all the time. And washing machine was not there. And we lived, to our good luck or bad luck, we lived in a suburb. My husband bought a small house thinking that it will be good for us. But because there was no people, suburb is different than city. I was looking for people because where I came from, Mumbai, we had plenty of people. We come out, there is washerman, there is fish person coming, there is so I just missed that noise, the noise of the rickshaw, noise of the auto. It was, I would say that it's like very different. And then I was just thinking how this washing machine, I'm going to make it work. There is no neighbor. I looked at it. There was, everybody's store. So I would say that it was very difficult. And my husband has to go to work because he has to make a living. He used to leave at 8:15 and come back at 7:30. And we came to Chicago. You guys know that it's a windy city and it's also a snowy city. We came at the end of September. So first snowstorm came. I thought some cotton flowers are coming from the sky because I never saw snow coming. So it was very different. Nowadays it's not, because people have this internet age, they know much more than us even.
Yeah. Were you missing India when you first came here?
Yeah, I missed my friends. I missed Mumbai, how people used to, once we dropped the children at school, we used to have tea together and there was always people. So I missed that, how I used to go with my bag to get the vegetables rather than wait for my husband when weekend will come and we'll go to the grocery store. Even I never saw such a big grocery store and vegetable coming in the cans. I was looking for fresh flour and other things, cauliflower. So I mean, it's very different. Even in America is different. You guys were not born, but 1977 is very different than 2023. So I didn't know jam. I was looking for other way. So it was. Uh, I mean, everything was an eye opening for me. I was supposed to read. Luckily, my daughter, who was only 6 years old, she was very smart. She said, "Oh, mom, this is not jam. This is jelly." So she was my helper, and my older son was younger than her. So we made it, and we waited. I didn't know that you have to wear such a heavy jacket because in India, all we had is it's like living in California or something. So all we had is a small cardigan. So a lot of learning, shoes, how we did not know how to wear sneakers because we had the other shoes. So to tie up the sneakers, we have to learn how to make a rabbit ear, things like that. Yeah, I kind of laugh now, but it's true. But I was determined that I'll make it because I didn't have parents, so also my husband did not have. So I thought that this is my family and I have to make it. And we came with a dream that our life will be better. So I always keep on thinking, they said America is the country where you can make the dream come true, which has come true for me and my family. So I always back of my mind, I push that, hey, you came for a better purpose.
Could you talk about your book that you published?
Yes, like I said, after staying here for from 77 to 2020, maybe 19, let us put it, 20, this book was published. I always, writing was a kind of like a expression for me. When I was very sad or anything, I will kind of write small things or think in my mind. So that is kind of like my hobby. Like you all play soccer or basketball or watch the TV. So I was always writing small stories, and it got published in few magazines. But then in pandemic time, somehow I just thought that I should write in my own language. And what should I write? I thought that I'll write about my experience, not here, but back home. How I was a little girl, how I grew up, how I married in 17, and then, things like that. So I put it together, and then I also made a few nursing story in that because I had some nice stories. If you all know about nurses, you know that we kind of communicate with by telling stories. They tell us stories, we tell our stories. And one of the young old lady, she could not speak. She was Italian. So I thought maybe I should talk to her in my own language. So we gesturized. And I talked in Oriya, and she replied me in Italian. And we became very good friends. So story from her, things like that I wrote, put together. Luckily, there was a very good publisher who helped me because, as you know, I spend more time in America than in India. So even if I passed high school, I forgot. So he edited it very good. You guys are college graduate, you know that editing is the most important thing for a book. So he edited Kahani publication, and the editor's name is Boliyar Singh, Girija Boliyar Singh. I'm very grateful to him that he took my book because, other people will think you stay there, what will you write? He said, no, you are not doing mathematics, you are doing literature. So I will take it as a challenge. And the book has become very popular. I am not telling because it's my book. Facebook, you can see my friend is here and other people. Actually, we are sold all 500 books by giving presents and selling. So I'm very glad that I wrote this book.
What is the book about? And
this book, sorry, you go ahead, ask your question. This book is about mostly like my childhood I wrote. Like I lost my mother when I was only 10 months old. So my family was going to give me for adoption or they will keep me at home. So one of the aunt who took care of me, I wrote about her. And then we were very poor family, so we made our own walls. My dad will make it and I will bring the bricks to him. So something like that. And then how I had my first child in Mumbai by myself because I didn't have my mother to come and help me. So things like that. And there are fun stories too, like I always loved the sweets. And in our I won't say poor, like very lower middle class, and we are like 17 of us. So even if sweet came, I only got a little piece. So when my husband first time brought a lot of sweets, I did not know that it was it. He brought it for everybody. I just kept on eating one by one, and when the guest came, there were only 3 pieces left. So, so what? I mean, I was kind of funny story like that I wrote. And mostly I wrote about my dad and then how we used to go to the movie hall hidingly without paying without buying any tickets because we had a friend, and when the police comes or somebody, then we'll run away. Things like that, like memory of my childhood and some nursing story. Very few. And
I love
hopefully
it.
I'll write another book which will be more pertinent to this country.
Are you planning to write a book in English for all the American people and your friends?
First, I'm also very lazy. I am planning to. Everybody is saying that I must at least translate this one, and so that is what I'm working on it now. And then I am also thinking that I'll write my own experience nursing. I don't know whether you know or not. From my state, I'm the first ODA nurse in whole North America.
Yeah.
Because nursing was not considered to be a good profession back home then. Now there are a lot of nurses. I'm talking, I graduated in 84. So I have a lot of nursing story, positive and negative. And you know that nurses are very well respected here. We get a good salary. So I'm going to write about that. And I'm helping some nursing students in Orissa. So my second book, perhaps, if I can put my mind together, it will be about my experience as a nurse. And then this one in English. So the other one will be same way. First write in my language, because somehow the flow is coming very nice. I don't know how. Maybe it's my mother tongue. So I'm going, and then Rahul perhaps know my third child was born here in America.
Yeah.
I have
son.
not touched. I have not written about him anything. So having a child born in here is very different than my two other children who are born in India. Of course, I do have to get his permission, as you all know. Here, you all are young men. I cannot do without it. But I'm hoping I have some nice stories. Rahul knows that he played goalkeeper in North Penn High School.
Yeah.
And we are very proud of that because not too many brown boys are of that level. So, but I'll ask him, and of course, he went to our Harvard. So that is our prize, So I will ask him first, but that's my plan.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Not too many people get to raise a kid in two completely different countries, and there's so much to love from both places, and it's such a unique experience.
It's really, some people even ask me because my other children and him have 17 years difference. I was young. By the time I was 21, I had already 2 kids. So I was in the proper age, but a lot of people ask me, being a nurse, many times I have gone to the patient and they ask about the age of the children. The moment I say one is in college, one is high school, one is 2 years, they said, same husband? I said, yes. But the thing is that it's like having 2 families, but they bond so well. And anybody knows my third child, Chandra. He's a bundle of joy, and he is very outgoing. So I had no problem. I had a lot of fun because of him. I learned soccer, basketball, baseball, because he played all. And I had a lot of fun. And I think because of him, I knew Rahul. Or he
Yeah.
knew me, I don't know. But he had a lot of friends.
How much does the book cost? And if people want to buy your book, where can they get it from?
And the book actually cost $20 in America, our dollar. It's only 300 rupees in Indian currency. And I did not know. I was writing for fun, so I did not put in Amazon or anything. So if anybody wants to buy the book, I have some books, so I can give it. It will cost with postage and everything $20. But if anybody wants to read PDF, I'll be happy to give. I want people to read my book because I was only high school graduate when I got married, and I kind of studied, did my bachelor's in India with 2 kids, getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning, taking 2 buses. I had a hard time. And then I came here, and then I'm going back and forth whether I should take nursing or not. And I took like a maverick, first ODA nurse, because I had the passion to help people. So I wanted people to know that, if plan A does not work out, then plan B is there. If plan B doesn't work out, you mix A, B, and make C. Even if A, B, C doesn't work, you find a way. Like, see, finally, I was a good student, but I had to get married because in India, I didn't have mother. My dad thought that I should get married. It was arranged marriage, but I made it. But my aim was always there. I will be graduating from college. I did that, and then here I have to see my passion, which is helping people. Then I thought that no, I should become a little bit more than a nurse. So I became a research nurse, then a scientist. So I wanted people to read that one should not feel upset that it didn't work out. Okay, we'll sit down. I mean, at this age now, I will be a certified Zumba dance teacher. So what I mean is, this is America, and we can do anything if we want to. I'm not telling that everybody should do it.
Yeah.
So I want people to learn something, people who are not privileged or think that, well, it didn't work out. So if they want to read PDF, I'll be happy to read if they read it.
Is the book in Hindi?
No, it's actually in India, we have many languages. Every state has their own language. My book is written in Oriya. I'm from Orissa. Hindi is our national language. I mean, that's like a big language. Hindi, English, and then your state language, then there is some dialect. So this book I wrote because I studied in Oriya. So I wrote in Oriya, and Hindi, I can speak and write, but I cannot write a book. So it's in Oriya.
Okay.
Because I'm from Odisha. Yeah. It's in the East Coast. It's in the East Coast, Bay of Bengal. Very, very beautiful state is where I was born. Sea Beach used to be our playground, although we are poor, but our house was near that. A lot of fun, lot of festivals. So I wrote about that. How my life was also very like pleasure. I mean, we were poor, but it was nice. It was good.
What's your favorite Indian sports and American sports, and what do you like about both those sports?
Sports in India, girls do not play, or at the most we play some jump rope, or there is something like pucci they call it. So if it was allowed, I was a little bit tomboy. I love to climb the trees because I always climb the tree because that was the safe place. Because at home there are a lot of people. So once I go to the branches and I made my little home there, I was the queen there. So I perhaps would have been climb that. I love to climb the tree. We had guava tree, and I always climbed. And I did my jump rope there, and then swimming because there was a big pond there. And whenever I go to drink some water, I will just take a swim there, not with swimsuit or anything, full outfit and that.
Are you a cricket fan in India?
Cricket, most Indian people are, but I left when I was 17 and I didn't get exposed to cricket that much. But believe me or not, I love baseball like Americans, like old ladies here. And I love basketball. I like soccer. That is because all three sports my son Sanjay played.
Yeah.
So I always took him to North Penn High School or junior high. He played soccer until his last high school, and then basketball up to 10th grade. I think baseball, we said that, honey, three sports, and he was also in studies. So I think baseball he left maybe after junior high. Forgive me, maybe I forgot. But I love to watch. I love the baseball because he was the pitcher and catcher. I always was there to support him. And with the soccer, I always liked to be a flag-led, flag thing, and how they were doing the scorecard. They taught me. So I love all these sports. One thing I like about sports here, you young people, and I like when they lose, they still go and handshake. That kind of got me into very, like a spirited in thing. I like that. Sometimes I think back home when you lose, oh, you lost it and crying and this year, and you all get toffee or something. So I like that spirit. I like the sports togetherness, how the ball goes. It's not the forward, the back, goalkeeper. Everybody has a role. Basketball also to pass it, and baseball how everybody has to be careful and look so that when the ball comes. So all these things have learning skill. Yeah, I was very fortunate. He played sports. My other children did play. They played tennis, and they also played. My older son played soccer, but I was in school, so I will drop them and went to school to do my homework or something. That was not a good thing. But with Sanjay, I finished my study, and he was always in the sports. So I was more excited to take him to the sports. So I loved all this. My husband is an avid tennis player, so it's going on, but I do not like that much. I like soccer. Soccer is my favorite.
Can you introduce us to Nalina? What does she do, Nalina?
Yeah, she can say, Dr. Nalini
Chandra,
Patnaik, you
I
can
forgot to ask you real
introduce
quick.
yourself.
Chandra.
Yeah.
When was the last time you visited India?
Oh, sorry. I know I had little problem with this, my iPad. Yeah, last time I visited 19 December we went, and 20 we came back just before the pandemic. Is that right? Yeah. Me, my granddaughter, we have a granddaughter. She's going to college this year. And my daughter, we went. I do not go that often like other Indians because I don't have parents. I also do not have in-laws, and it costs minimum $5,000 to $6,000 when you go. I love my sisters and brothers. When they were alive, I was going. I would say average once in 6 years. I went. I was just thinking in my mind. But not that much because I didn't have both way. And then my husband is not doing well, so somebody has to be here. So I don't go that often. Average once in a 6 year. And if my parents were there, I probably would have been, by hook or crook gone. I only have one sister alive, and my husband is the only one from his side, sibling-wise. I have nephews and nieces, but you have to think about the money, trouble, everything to make a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope your husband feels better.
So So now maybe I will introduce. She has a very interesting life. She goes very often, and she's one of my very good friend. Although I only met her perhaps a year or so. So she can talk because she has the doctorate degree, not me. All right, to you, Nalini.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you to all younger kids. You are just small kids to us.
Thank you for coming on the
It's a
show.
very pleasure moment. I am enjoying myself. So, Mrs. Dr. Nalini Patnaik, I'm from Odisha, and I was the Deputy Director of Fisheries in India, and retired there. So fortunately, my husband was here, and I came to here. And I decided I didn't know the computer. In our time, there was no computer. So when I came to this country, I thought, oh, nothing can be done with me. I have to continue my job there. So I learned some computer in Nashville Tech, and did some job, computing job in Dell Computer at Nashville. And Nashville Dell Computer came at 2000. So I did a job, some job there. So that was my satisfaction because I was a fishery scientist in India. So then I thought better to attend the seminars here. So I do present fishery papers here and continuing. Now I am at Nashville, Tennessee, and the Mrs. Chandra Misra is a very good friend, and she told me I am her younger sister, so I respect her. I do respect her passion and her interest. So I am also learning from her how to go forward.
Thank you for joining our show, Nalina, Dr. Nalina.
Yeah, thank you, Elena.
Okay.
Yeah.
we-
Nalini means the lotus flower.
Gotcha.
so,
My name, my actual name, Prabhat Nalini. Prabhat means morning, and Nalini means lotus. So morning lotus. I born in morning time.
okay.
That's cool.
So now we have our next guest, Aaron Edwards. So William Basil, you want to start off with the question for Aaron?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you introduce yourself to the viewers and what you do?
My name is Aaron Edwards. I'm currently pursuing a master's in geoscience at Westchester University. Right now, I'm aiming to do directed research with one of the professors, mostly in meteorology, to see the rising heat in Philadelphia.
Can you talk about geoscience and why you chose that subject?
Yeah, I chose a geoscience because, well, I figured after I get my BS in physics, what should I do with it? Either study about space, or I could focus on the Earth and determine what to do, what's up with the Earth and how we can fix it. And well, one of the issues is global warming, climate change. That's a big issue. Plus, of course, in terms of the world, this is just is tectonic plates, which is very fascinating because as there's divergence and convergence, there's volcanism because the magma is uplifting out of the Earth then. Yeah, which is why I'm interested in geoscience.
No, that's the kind of stuff I'm going to be learning in Earth science class this semester for sure.
Well, William, all I gotta say is it's interesting, but it can be a challenge. So hopefully you're up for the challenge.
Yep. I believe I can make it.
We heard you went to Iceland. Can you talk about your Iceland trip?
Oh, it was a great experience. Loved every part of it. Reykjavik is a very beautiful town. The church looks amazing. And if you look, you could see the rainbow crosswalks over there. It's really neat. A lot of mountains, a lot of volcanoes, very tectonically active because it's literally along the mid-Atlantic Ocean ridge, which is a divergent boundary. So that's why there's volcanic activity. However, one of the interesting things about the volcanic activity is it shouldn't be that active because there should be more ice caps to create enough pressure to keep the volcanoes from erupting. But because of the glacial retreats, eruptions are becoming more frequent.
William, you want to ask the last three questions?
Or how was the food in Iceland?
It was good. Yeah, so for the
And
for
what
one of
was
the
it like?
it was like I had minke whale. It had like an interesting beef kind of texture. I had the fermented shark. It was like cheese, but went great with like an Icelandic shot. And what else did I try? I tried some of the lamb. It was delicious. Yeah,
That's
lamb
good.
soup in a bread bowl. Very interesting.
Yeah. And your favorite, and your goal to work in NASA, why is that?
Well, NASA is one of the organizations. I'm also looking at NOAA because, well, I'm looking to do meteorology and analysis of the Earth. So I figured with looks like somebody's asking me some questions, but first, the reason why is because I'd like to do more analysis of the Earth and get answers to questions as to the issues with global warming, climate change.
Oh, that's good. What is your prediction on the Eagles this year?
Well, my prediction is it goes either way. That, like I say, it's a Philadelphia team, so we either win, we either lose. Hopefully, we win. Fingers crossed, and I hope we get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, fingers crossed for that.
We hope so. They win the Super Bowl this year.
Yep.
One thing we had to remind ourselves that we can't jinx anything.
There's a question for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Melina,
Thanks,
Dr.
Noel.
Melina wants to know: Do you have experience in Iceland? How many days or months?
Well, it was a 2-week trip, like from July 3rd to July 17th. So that'd be about 14 days. So yeah, my experience is there's sulfur in Iceland because, well, there's tons of chemicals being released from like the earth, from the mantle of the earth, lithosphere, into the atmosphere. And well, the smell of sulfur can hit you when you're in Iceland. But despite that, it's very amazing. I saw like a volcano erupting from a 3-mile distance.
Wow.
And it looked amazing. It was like watching fireworks.
Was it
What
like
a sight
was
to
it
see.
lava coming out?
There was lava coming out. Oh
You
yeah.
actually saw actual lava? Wow.
Yeah, but like I was a good distance, like far away. I couldn't see like the physical lava, but I saw like an orange ejecta coming out of the volcano. Yeah.
Wow. How long was the flight?
The flight was about 6 hours, I believe. Yeah. To and from the US.
Well, that's not too bad.
From where?
Huh?
From where? Where? 6 hours from where?
6 hours from the US to Iceland.
US means New York or
The United
where in
States
the
of
US?
America to Iceland.
Where
No,
in the US?
What, like Philadelphia or New York?
Oh, from Baltimore Airline.
Speaking of NASA and all, today, as you know, I think Chandra and Dr. Nalina and all. I think you might have heard India. India made history today. They went on moon. So, what do you guys think about that, Aaron, Dr. Nalina, and Chandra, and Basil, and all? What do you guys think about that?
Oh, we are so happy that our children are so adventure, and
That's
we
that
are
sounds.
alive to
I
see
was.
this
I think
adventure. That is our proud.
Yeah, that's good. That's wonderful to hear. I would say congratulations for India.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am also thrilled, and they went back of the moon, which nobody else have gone. So very proud. Personally, I'm very proud that you all called me today. My name Chandra means moon. So you all called me today, and today our Indian people went there. So I am really thrilled. I have to do a little bit more walking today because I'm so happy. My name Chandra means moon. We have in India, every name has a meaning. Like Nalini was saying, yeah, every name, like, every name has a meaning.
That's very cool.
Basil and Aaron, what do you guys think about India's achievement of going on the moon?
Can I start?
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Okay, so I find it really amazing. It's a great big step for humanity, for other nations to do that. It's amazing. And honestly, all I can say is it's a big step in technology and engineering advancement, because we're going towards like making good tools that can help man out, that hopefully can help nature out as well. And we're taking a big step forward. I'm really impressed.
Thank
You know the Apollo 11 when launched during 81 or something. The Indian scientist who was here, Mr. Jagannath Panda, Dr. Jagannath Panda, was in Apollo 11 from India.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and in about a couple of weeks, Eagles are going to start, and we are looking forward for the Eagles. The first game is September 10th against the New England Patriots. It's in New England, so I'm looking forward for that. And
Yeah, me too.
And Phillies are on a hot streak right now. They lost today, but I think they will win the wild card and go back to the World Series.
Yeah.
And I would like to thank Aaron and Chandra for being a guest on our show. Thank you for being on our show. And if anybody wants to know more about NASA, or if anybody wants to know more about Chandra or wants to get her book, you can contact Chandra or Aaron. Can you guys share your information if they want to get your book, or if they want to know more about NASA?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you, do you have some organization of this? You are a journalist or something?
Basil, I think she's asking you.
You are
so
a
sorry.
journalist, or you have some organization for this interview?
Oh.
Yes, we have we post all of our videos on YouTube and also the audio on Spotify.
Okay.
And the Spotify link you can listen to over and over again. The YouTube link, same with that. You can watch it again on YouTube. And also, this will be broadcast on Monco Radio this Friday
Oh,
my goodness.
at 11 p.m.
Thank you. Sorry for asking.
Oh, no problem at all. Eastern
Yeah.
time, 11 p.m. Eastern time. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys.
Okay.
Thank you,
so
guys.
much for giving
you
me
so
the
much. Bless you.
opportunity. And
William,
I'm glad my friend came, and I'm thrilled to meet Aaron and Rahul and William. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You made my day today.
Basil, and William,
you
you want
made
to sign
ours.
it off?
Yeah,
Do you want to
I
sign
will.
it off?
Let me. I will now do the closing statement. That's it. That's it for now. Stay tuned for our next episode next week, and thank you everyone for liking our channel. Please subscribe and like our channel. And go Eagles!
Go
Eagles, yeah,
Go
fly,
Eagles.
eagle, fly.
Yeah.
This year we have to make it.
Eagles.
ELEAGLES Eagles!
Yeah,
Eagles,
go
Eagles,
Eagles,
Eagles.
fly.
Go
Eagles
Eagles.
fly.
Right?
Thank you.
Go Eagles.
Thank you. Thank you all.
I forgot to tell about
Thank you.
my
Nice
eagle.
to talk. Nice
Thank you
to
so
talk
much,
with
Rahul,
others.
for asking us. So this is it. Now I can say goodbye and give the link to my friends tomorrow, right? So
Yeah.
they can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on
Okay,
YouTube
thank you.
and
Nice to meet
Spotify.
you all. Take
Nice to meet you
care.
too.
Bless you all.
Nice
Great
to meet
you.
you.
Bless you all.
Nalini, great to meet you. Chandra, great to
Okay,
meet
bye.
you. And it's